say we knock into this thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, today on the... Well, oh shit, let me start. I stuttered there. We're just talking about how good I am. All right, on today's episode of Jameson on the Rocks podcast, we have with us the Common Currents. A little round of applause. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Yeah, I'm so glad to have you guys. It's been overdue. I've had a couple scheduling issues, and I'm sorry for that.
That's okay.
We're good to go now, right?
Oh,
I mean, we're
yeah.
here. We're doing it.
We're doing
Yeah.
You guys found your way out here, so let's start at the beginning. What do you say?
Okay.
Origin story. Hit me with it. It can be brief. It can be long. Send me off into it. I want to know, because I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we met as freshmen at the University of Georgia, and one of the friends in my guitar studio class was a mutual friend of Lizzie's, and
Yeah.
I think I said that grammatically incorrect. But
That's
anyway,
okay.
It'll do.
we met through this girl named Katie who was in my guitar studio.
Yeah?
Because
And
I
you guys
did.
are both, sorry to cut you off, you guys are
It's
both
okay.
music majors, right? Kinda?
I've just finished a guitar minor, and
Yeah.
then Lizzie
Oh,
is
that's
a
cool.
I'm a
voice.
music major.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, voice, I assume?
Yeah, voice. Like
Okay,
vocal performance.
gotcha.
is
All right,
the-
we'll get into that later. Continue on, sorry. Didn't mean
No,
to cut
it's
you off.
okay. So anyway, yeah, Katie introduced us, and we figured out that we were both interested in songwriting, and from there we just kind of started getting together and
Yeah.
Jamming away.
sharing ideas with
Yeah.
each other, and
We.
You guys seem like a good pair. Seemed like it panned out pretty well, didn't it?
Yeah.
And
I
where
don't
all you guys
even-
played at? I know Nusi Space, Caledonia, right?
One time, yeah.
One time, yeah. The Porch Fest thing, that was really cool. Tell me about that. How did that end up happening?
How did that? I think we just signed up for it, right?
yeah,
Really?
it's
That
a
was cool, though.
it's a pretty open, voluntary event. And yeah, so we got into that last year, and then this year we did the virtual Porch Fest
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
So-
that was cool too. I saw that. And then I saw you guys have been doing the Hendershots ones. Those are cool.
Well,
Yeah.
that's how. Like I heard your music for the
Yeah,
first time.
that's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, that was really fun. Like, it was just cool. It was something to do, you know what I mean?
Right, and
It was like, what a great
I
idea.
miss it. I
Yeah.
missed the live
Mhm.
one, and I'm just so glad that we got a few episodes in, and I wanted to get started up again because it's so fun.
It really is. Yeah, I missed the actual Hendershots. Hendershots was awesome. I'm sure you guys have played there, haven't you?
We did. We
Yeah.
did a
One
few
time
times.
at least, I
Yeah.
think.
I
Yeah.
think it's like a rite of passage to play there. You got to go do the opening. You know what I'm saying?
It's a great opportunity to
Yeah.
just, because the crowd is so nice.
Oh, they're always nice. They're always, very, very just, it seems like good vibe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, literally and obviously anybody can go up there. It's an open mic, and
Yeah.
it's just great.
No judgment. Yeah,
It's
just do your
Lizzie's
thing.
home spot.
Yeah?
It's my favorite. I feel like Hendershots is the best place in Athens. And I don't know, maybe I just haven't been
That's
everywhere,
fun.
but I think I feel pretty confident saying it's like the
It's
best.
pretty
spot.
solid. Like, I'm not a big studier in like public. Like, I'd just rather do it here. But like, I'll go to Hendershots and study just because
Yeah.
like it's a cool vibe and like
Right?
get coffee or whatever. And I went to a comedy night there. You guys ever been to one of those?
I haven't.
It's
No.
really fun. It was great. It was a good time. It's a good time. People come
That's
down from Atlanta and
cool.
shit. It was fun. Really fun.
Wow.
So sorry I got distracted there, but
No.
origin story. So you guys met. You started playing together.
Yeah.
You guys are officially a band, or I guess you're a duo, right?
Those were a
Or-
duo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Do you guys have any plans on being a band? Like adding a drummer, playing shows, maybe?
Kind of.
Hadn't really thought of it.
Like-
we definitely have thought of it.
Right.
And since we have songs that we use electric instruments in,
Mhm.
and we really want to expand sound for that, like when we record an album. But yeah, we'd love to somehow translate that live. We just haven't met the right people yet.
Oh, I
so.
feel that. It's always tough to find people that are like in a line with you. You know what I mean? To
Mhm.
like kind of get what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you guys could. You guys could throw a little bass in there, a little drums, and you guys can play everywhere.
Well, Lizzie
Trying my
does play the
best.
bass.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I forgot. I forgot that you play bass. You
It
didn't
must-
play. You didn't play when I saw you at Nusi Space.
I did play bass at New
Did
Cheese
you?
Space, but I didn't. But I do ukulele on a lot of the
Gotcha.
other
Okay, yeah, I
songs.
remember the youth. That was cool. Yeah, that was a good show. That was a good time. That was my first time seeing you guys.
Really,
And,
you were at New Cheese Space?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh my gosh.
It was for the class project or whatever, but it was
That's
like
right.
awesome, and it was a good time. You got. I think it was the first time you guys played, right?
It was
That
definitely
was our first
And you guys fucking ripped it. We were
Aw.
like, oh, this is their first time playing, and just
Thanks.
like didn't expect that much, and you guys came out there and absolutely slaughtered it. It was great. I
Aw.
think you guys did a Beatles song, maybe.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, a little Beatles
I
cover.
remember that now.
probably
It's been so
too
long.
ambitious, but that's okay.
No, you guys sounded great. some amazing harmonies, cool guitar tones and whatnot. Yeah, it was very cool.
Thanks so much. I guess we didn't realize that you were there.
Yeah.
It's been a year though, probably 2 years, right? I guess it was last fall.
Last October.
And
yeah, we did everything in October. It was like Porch Fest.
Yeah, I remember Porch Fest being right after that.
Yeah, but it was cool. I feel like it kind of like launched us into things, and we were like, oh, okay, like this is what it's like.
Like we can actually do this.
Yeah,
that kind of feeling. Yeah, like you had some momentum.
Because people were so supportive and like
it's gonna sound great
afterwards. We were like, I mean, we think that it went well, but did it go well? And everybody was like, yeah, and it was so cool seeing like all our friends there.
Yeah,
everybody that we interviewed. Invited.
Yeah. Oh, man. It was a great show. There was a great vibe, and Nusi Space is just awesome too. It's another,
it really is.
Another cool place. And let's see, what else did I want to note about that? I remembered I wanted to talk about this. I remember thinking how good you guys' fucking harmonies were. Good lord.
Aww,
tight as it gets. How do you guys do that? You got to show me that little trick.
I don't know. Lizzy is really, she's taught me a lot about voice stuff and like getting our syllables together, and so that's been helpful.
Is that stuff you learned at the School of Music, I assume?
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, I'm like in a weird headspace about like music school stuff and comic and stuff and like my own music stuff. Like right now, like it's like hard to really discern what I want to take from like what I'm learning. But I mean, stuff like that I definitely want to take.
Translate over.
Yeah.
So I kind of wondered, like, because I want to do the School of Music too, but I didn't. Did it like end up being like a job, or did you really like it? Because I was like scared to like turn my music into my schoolwork because I end up disliking it. You know what I mean?
See,
does that make sense?
I don't know if maybe you've caught me at like a weird day where I'm like in my head about this, but like right now I'm of the opinion that like you're fine. Keep doing what you want to do, and if you want to like dabble in like lessons or classes, I feel like that's nice. But like being a music major can kind of be hard, and it kind of like you have to make sure that you're being creative within it, and that it's not just all about your tests.
The work, the actual work, I guess. You know what I mean, right?
So, but I mean, maybe catch me on a different day, and I'll be like, oh, the music school. I mean, I think it is so great. I think I'm really grateful for it. But
and what year are you guys?
We're both juniors.
Yeah. Juniors. Okay. So you still got another year. That's good stuff. Or a year and a half, whatever. But
and what year?
I'm a senior.
Okay.
Going around victory lap. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I'm not looking forward to it. I don't want to be done. I like it here. You know what I'm saying? I want to stay.
Well, you could.
I'm thinking about just keep going. Maybe get my master's. Thinking about it.
Whoa, in what?
Awesome.
I don't know.
Wait, what's your major?
I'm consumer journalism right now, which is pretty much just journalism. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I like it. So yeah, I want to do like I want to like stay and take a bunch of classes that I didn't get to take that like aren't in my major. Does that make sense?
Yes,
you know what I mean?
love doing that.
Yeah,
I mean, I wish I could do that.
Yeah, like there's so many that I want to take that I couldn't, you know, and I'd rather just like actually take something I want. So yeah, I was thinking about doing a minor in music. What I was thinking about doing. I feel like that'd be fun.
You could do the guitar minor, like.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a minor until you said it. How was that?
Well, it's classical guitar, so that it was tricky for me because I did have classical experience from a guitar program at my high school, which was, I felt really lucky to have that. But yeah, it's not the style that I love and am passionate about. And I would have loved to learn more about like folk and bluegrass styles.
Gotcha.
Or
you
even
have to play
jazz.
like a nylon, I guess?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Continue on, sorry.
No, it's all good. So yeah, but like similar to Lizzy, it does get overwhelming, and like especially if you're not fully in like with that instrument, it's just hard to feel like you really want to put in all the work that it demands.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, if you are interested in like jazz, there's a jazz minor.
Yeah. I bet, that'd be cool.
I mean, it's been done before. Like, I think there are a lot of people who are in bands in Athens who have some kind of connection to the music school.
Yeah.
Small or big.
For sure. Yeah.
Like, I can't even, or I guess like Jordy and Will Ruff.
I know Will.
They're definitely like they're in both of the worlds, and I think it's so cool. They're like inspirations to me. I wish that I could like feel like I could do both, which I guess I am.
Well, we are
like,
doing both.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
both. It's just like stressful.
It is hard to balance everything.
I can
that's
see
for
that.
sure.
That makes sense. Okay. And don't you have to, for music school, don't you have to take lessons too? Like, isn't that part of your core kind of thing?
Yes.
How does that work?
You meet with like one professor like on a weekly basis.
Oh, okay.
And you
that's
have to
cool.
learn certain songs. You have to perform regularly.
Yeah.
You learn a lot.
I
Really,
believe
like
that.
like my freshman year, I felt like my whole world was turned upside down in terms of like learning how
Musically.
technique, and I was like, oh, like as soon as you start learning with like or start taking lessons from a new professor, that's kind of like
Seen it all, kind of, you know.
right,
I'm sure
and
they've
it's the
given a
same
million
thing
lessons.
where like if you're just learning a new instrument or you're like following a different school of thought and anything, like obviously you're gonna start like reconsidering things, and it can be like a lot of information to take in.
I can see that. Yeah.
But applying it feels really good when you
I
feel
bet.
like you actually apply it well, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I learned something.
This makes sense, and I used it.
Yeah.
What a concept.
What a concept. It's
Well, that's
amazing.
cool though. Yeah, I might have to I might just take lessons just like as a class. I feel like that'd be fun.
Yeah, well, you know, the community music school, it's like kind of separate from the actual music school, but TAs,
Yeah,
I
like
think,
graduate students
Yeah.
teach you.
yeah,
And it's on campus.
Yeah.
it's
How does
just
that
in the
work?
music school.
Oh, really?
So you can,
I haven't heard anything about this. That's cool.
yeah,
Oh,
I think
it's
it's a separate
awesome.
website, and you
Yeah.
do have to pay like a semester fee separate from
Expected.
tuition, but I think it's pretty good bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah.
sounds like it. Yeah.
It's
I mean,
cool.
Lessons at the Guitar Center. You know what I mean? They cost too. So
Yeah.
that'd be way better to do it on campus. That'd be great.
I think I've heard of other people doing it too, like Convict Julie.
Yeah, I know her.
She's taken lessons from this graduate student who's an opera singer.
Oh,
I was in
okay.
one of my classes, and she, like, I think that probably if you can get Convict Julie on this podcast, I'm sure that you guys
I would
could
love
talk
to.
all about like, you know, doing lessons, but like making your own music and like what to take
She's
from
been
it.
killing it.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Right?
She's like like leading the revolution kind of.
I
She's
know.
crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's awesome.
It's
And
amazing.
she bought her own venue or something. Have you heard about
yeah,
this?
like
Yeah.
co-found.
I don't know what it's called, but I haven't seen her since school, but I've been following her and like, damn, she's been working. You know what I'm saying?
she's so awesome.
And I'm
Impressive.
hoping to get. You guys are actually the first women on the podcast, by the way. Congratulations.
Hell
Sorry,
yeah.
I've been working on it. I've been trying. I want
Good
to get
for
like.
you.
I'm sure you guys know like Aspen and Sarah Moots and like Ashley Walls and Meg Maroney and all these girls. I want you guys all to come on. You know what I mean? So I'm working on it. But it seems like there's a lot of girls doing really well in the music scene around here.
Yeah, it's what
Seems like it's
we
pretty
need.
encouraged. You know what I mean? Like at Hotel Fiction. I'm sure you guys know them, right? Kinda.
Yeah.
They're the other duo in town. The little duos. hanging around.
Yeah.
But the
Duo
duo,
power.
it's cool because it's just cooler than a solo artist, I think. Like a band, there's something special about bands and duos, and when it's two people and you can't replace the other one. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a solo artist, and I like being a solo artist because I get to do everything. But like, there's something to be said about bands and groups. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I feel like I feel more comfortable
Yeah,
putting
I can see
myself
that.
out there, knowing that I have you to like bounce ideas off of, and like we go into things together.
It's true. Yeah, I feel the same.
Yeah.
But I think we're both intrigued by like going and doing solo stuff as well. So
For
like,
sure.
In the future, what, you guys gonna use your names, or how would that work?
yeah.
Yeah, I think if I were a solo artist, I would use my name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with you.
I can't decide.
Well, speaking of names, you guys' name is really cool. Common Currents. It's like not a common name. You know what I mean?
Oh.
What does it mean? What does it mean? Does it have a meaning to you guys?
It definitely has a meaning, and we
Yeah.
joke about it all the time.
I believe it.
I think it goes back to just we have similar musical intuition,
Mm-hmm.
and when we first started getting together and writing, and we just had similar thoughts and just like ideas of where we want to take it, and I
Yeah.
guess our inspirations have also been similar musically. So,
Yeah.
common currents, just like same wavelength.
Makes sense. Yeah, I can see that. It's like you guys are. If I had to explain it before you said that, I'd have said that you guys are like. I don't know how I'd put it, but it makes sense in my head. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you? I'm sure it does. Surely it makes sense to you guys.
Common currents.
But like you guys are current, and you're together, and it just makes sense. So,
Oh, that has another layer of
Oh,
meaning that I didn't
yeah.
even think. Like current, current
Yeah.
time
And like together,
focusing on the present moment.
Exactly.
I
That's
didn't
what
even
I'm trying
think
to
of
say.
that.
That's what I'm trying to say. It makes sense though. That's good when you have like a deep meaning name.
You know, it's just open to interpretation.
That's
kind
great.
Kind of like songs.
Yeah. Like I'm kind of reluctant to explain what mine are about sometimes. You
Yeah.
guys like that? Like I don't want to take away. Like, have you ever read that your favorite song was about something else, and you were like sure that it was about this?
Right.
You know what I mean? It kind of
Sometimes
ruins
it ruins it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll still listen to it, but like I just kind of wonder if I shouldn't. What do you guys think about that? Just curious.
With our own music.
Yeah. Would you ever
I
explain
feel
exactly what your song's about?
I like going into what songs are about, but I think it's song by song basis.
Gotcha. It could depend.
Yeah.
I think that's a good answer. I'll take that.
I think some of the songs that I've written just like on my own, they're more like autobiographical, so I'm like kind of too embarrassed to divulge their real meaning. But I think when we approach songwriting, we're very intentional about like all of our lyrics and the meanings behind every word. So I think we really like showing the work that we put into it and like explaining kind of what it means. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, Mary Margaret's a really good writer, so like it helps, like not in just songwriting, but in like other
just
forms.
In general.
So like, and that's another good thing about being a duo is that you can kind of like benefit from the other person's really awesome qualities.
No doubt. That's what makes it special, though. You know what I mean? Like
it is special.
Yeah, like you couldn't leave the group, or you couldn't leave the group, and it still be the same. Like couldn't be the common currency anymore, could it?
No.
That's awesome.
So.
It's like a moment captured. You know what I mean? Like maybe one day you guys will grow apart and hate each other's guts or something, but like,
never.
for now, you guys are good, right?
Aw, we're
yeah,
good.
we're good.
I feel like I'm gonna know Mary Margaret for like the rest of my life.
That's
Absolutely.
a lovely feeling, isn't it? When you have a nice friend like that.
We're gonna be
can't
really
beat that.
old, writing letters to each other, like, or sending telepathic messages.
Across the wavelengths.
Exactly.
Drinking our tea.
Oh
Exactly.
man. So let's see. What else do I want to talk about? How many songs do you guys have? Speaking of songwriting, and who writes the most? Just curious, or not the most, but like, how do you guys songwriting process? I love songwriting process.
Yeah.
So tell me about it. How's that sound?
We're kind of both of us do the lyrics.
Yeah.
I think.
When we write, sometimes either of us will bring like instrumental melodic ideas or some lyric ideas, but when we write together, it's really a fully collaborative process. I think we haven't ever approached it from just like, I have this full song.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Let's add things to it, which we definitely can do in the future, but that's just not something we've gotten to yet. We've only written about like 6 or 7 songs.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
think
solid amount.
7.
Sounds like an EP to me.
Well. Speaking of.
It sounds like it. Tell me about it. What do you guys got working? I'm sure you got something working, don't you?
Yeah, we have an EP coming out very soon.
Uh-oh. You heard it here first.
and it's a short one.
Yeah?
It's a short one.
3 songs?
Mm-hmm.
4 songs? I feel like 3 songs is a good length. I've done a 3-song EP. I feel like it's like not too much fat, not too skinny. You know what I mean? Like it's like the perfect
It's
amount.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Where'd you guys record that?
Full Moon Studio in Watkinsville.
Yeah. I hear a lot of good things about that place. Did you guys like it?
It's great.
We like it a lot.
It's so cozy and homey, and they have like the coolest decorations in the summer. Yes.
The vibe is important, you know?
The vibe is incredibly important for a studio.
Oh my gosh, and the couch. How could I forget about the couch?
The best couch.
It's the best couch ever. Like, I don't know what about it, but it just kind of knows that after you've kind of been like stressed out in like the sound booth, and like you're kind of like, oh my gosh, am I gonna hit this? Like,
exactly.
Whatever. It just knows that you need to be enveloped in its red coziness.
It's so beautiful. It's like a really long couch that goes around the corner, and you're just like.
And the music's soaked into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I completely believe that like venues and studios, like it like seeps into the walls. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like you get like, I don't know.
That is such a cool thought.
Like hinder shots, you know what I mean? Like there's something in the walls there. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a feeling when you get in there.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
I think I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? It's out there, but it makes sense. I think that's why I was so sad to hear about like Caledonia, because I love going there.
Yeah.
Did you guys go there a lot?
Yeah.
A little bit?
I went to
one
a
concert together, right?
couple. Yeah, I think so. I can't even remember what it was now.
It was Cloudland.
Yeah, Cloudland's cool. Where did I see them?
I'm sure.
I feel like I saw them at shout out Cloudland. Yo.
Shout out Cloudland.
Shout out to Cloudland.
Yo. I think I saw them at Newsy Space. They're really cool. I want to say I saw them there.
We saw them at the 40 Watt too.
Oh yeah, we
That
saw
might be where I saw them. Who were they playing with? Do you recall?
It was Elijah Johnson.
Yeah, that was it.
And
Lane Marie, right?
that may have been a different time because the time that I saw them, it was also with Everyday Dogs.
Okay.
That was a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And
I like
obviously
Everyday
they
Dogs.
did the Georgia Theater with Andrew Blooms.
That's where I saw them. That's
they
right.
opened for Andrew
And it was
Blooms.
last year. Were you guys there?
I was, yeah.
Do you
I was
remember he
not.
had the little hand on stage? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
That's where I saw him at. Good thinking there. There we go. We traced it back. Yeah. That was a good show. I like Andrew. Do you guys know Andrew?
We don't know him
Sorta.
personally, but I guess through social media.
Yeah, and through
He's
the
a really good
grapevine.
producer. Really good producer.
So we've heard.
Yeah,
He
produced-
was in opening night as well.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So he was the last night with Annie, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was that for you guys? How was the whole experience, the whole Jeffrey
Oh my
Vernon
gosh.
setup thing?
So
Was it fun?
cool.
It
Yeah.
was fabulous.
It's a great concept, I thought.
Yeah.
Like the moment that he like reached out to us about it, we were immediately like, this is gonna be so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was?
It
Oh,
it
yeah.
really was.
How many songs did you guys play?
We did all of our songs at
Yeah.
the time. I think it was 6. Yeah, but it just such a cool idea. First of all, we love the thought going into raising money for the cultural center, and we were especially touched because we saw this band, this trio, folk trio. I'm with her, and yeah, so we saw them at the Madison Morgan Cultural Center
Yeah.
when
A
we were
year
freshmen.
before.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, we just loved that experience. And so when we were offered the chance to actually play on that
Yeah.
stage, it was just
Yeah.
It's like
kind
the
of
best feeling.
surreal. Yeah.
So you guys already wanted to play there.
Well, we didn't think that would happen.
Yeah.
It's a
Honestly.
big venue, isn't it? It's huge, right?
And it's beautiful.
It is,
Yeah.
and historic and just lovely.
Yeah.
I've never been
And
there.
I mean, it was the best thing for quarantine.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
literally I think it was the safest way to deliver a real concert.
Yeah.
No
Because
doubt.
it can't be a concert full of people in the seats, but it basically, I mean, we watched our own show and we were like, we felt like we were at
Yeah.
a concert and we were like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Like you can feel the energy through the screen.
Really, I
like,
believe it.
I think it was so
I think it was a cool idea, like a great idea, like.
Props to Jeffrey.
Yeah, shout out Jeff. Jeff's a goat. We see you, Jeff. Hopefully you're listening. Hi, Jeff. But he was the first person I've heard of doing anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's do a show. Let's donate all the money and like, let's charge for an online show. What a great idea! Like I feel like that's the future. Like I
think
talked
so.
about this in the last one. Why not like live stream your actual shows too one day? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like charge less and like say you're playing the Georgia Theater, people still come see you. This is after COVID or whatever, you know. But like people still come see you, and then you live stream it too, and you can pay $5 to watch the live stream or something,
Mm.
and you get the show filmed. You know what I'm saying? It's perfect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think
Can you
that's
see
a
that
cool
being the
idea.
future? You know what I mean?
can
Like
see that.
put it on Twitch or Instagram Live or whatever, you know, whatever's popping.
Yeah, I mean, I hear that a lot of people talking about how UGA should keep kind of a high flex thing, like for classes that work well online.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
going in the future, like in the near future especially. I don't know. I think there's a lot of things that maybe just society as a whole has realized that like actually we can use the technology that we've
Yeah.
Yeah,
worked
we
so
got it.
hard to develop or that people have created for really good things.
Yeah. That's smart. That's a good way to put it. Let me make sure we're still filming. Sorry.
Okay.
I was like to check halfway through.
Yeah.
You never know when this cow will turn off.
Intermission.
You guys look great. Beautiful.
Yay.
Thumbs up.
This is fun.
It's fun, isn't it?
You really got a cozy little
Little
studio
setup here.
It's a great setup.
Yeah, thank you. I love it. It's my sanctuary. It's where I come to find peace.
Yeah.
So, anyways, where were we at? Sorry, I got lost there.
Madison.
Opening night. Yeah. Okay. So you guys wanted to play there. You got to play there. Do you know if he's gonna put the stems? Like, okay, you got high quality stems out of it too, right? Did he send you guys the recordings? I guess.
We haven't received them yet.
Yeah.
we-
But surely,
yeah,
eventually.
we will in the
Well, that's
future.
awesome. That's worth it right there.
Oh,
I love like live recordings of shows. I'm big on that, like YouTube and like my favorite band in '79. You know what I mean? And watching them. I don't know if you guys like that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
but like you can like listen back to it in 5 years and be like, damn, that's crazy how we sounded
Right.
then. You know what I mean? And like maybe he should put it on Spotify. People could stream it. You know, like. Don't you think? It's your, well, not that you make anything really. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't make
the
a shit ton of
possibilities are
money.
endless, is what you're saying.
Yeah, like people could go listen to it. Like, I love listening to live shows. I think that's cool. I'm gonna text Jeff and tell him to do that.
We're definitely glad to have done it and to have the
just a chance.
the memory.
The lineup seemed incredible. I mean,
oh yeah,
So
even
good.
we were just honored to be like chosen in that group of talent.
Yeah, like Underground Spring House.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Annie Leaf. Oh,
Yeah.
Annie Leaf. And we actually
Andrew.
got Annie to master our songs that we're about to release.
Oh,
so
So-
kindly.
sweet. That's cool.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
she's at Maze Studios.
Okay, that's in Atlanta, right?
Mhm.
She was at Chase Park.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody says she's super talented at producing everything. I believe it.
So
She is.
Yes.
We've
Yeah.
heard it with our
Yeah.
own ears.
Yes.
I believe
She's
it. So
amazing.
Maze. I don't think I've ever been there. How was that experience? Did you guys go up there? Did she do it
We didn't actually go up
remotely?
there. Mhm.
Okay, yeah. I suppose not for mastering or whatever. But yeah, she's another talented lady in the Athens scene. Well, I guess she's not Athens anymore, is she? Do you guys know? I've seen her
I know
40
she's
Watt.
come back for Porch Fest performance
Yeah.
at Tweed. But yeah, I don't know her well enough to know that she's back and forth or whatnot.
She's just around, yeah. We'll just
Yeah.
assume. So who are some other people in town you guys are excited about? Anybody in particular? Any
Yeah.
bands, solo artists, friends?
I'm very excited about Cloudland. They
Yeah.
have new music out.
Yeah, they're cool, yeah.
I'm a big fan.
How would you describe them? What exactly are they?
They're really high energy, like I'd say maybe indie rock.
I was gonna
I'm
say the
sure
same,
that they could
yeah.
describe it better, but like I'm really bad at like labeling music. But
It's not easy.
But I think they've got a really unique sound,
Mhm.
and they're really just positive.
Yeah, I'd say that too. It's nothing really depressing, I don't think. You know what I mean? It's like upbeat, kind of happy.
Very
From
upbeat.
what
Their
I've
live
heard.
shows are so great
Yeah.
and very inspiring. It's like I wanna deliver not as much energy because I don't
Yeah.
think that I could pull it off, but it's inspiring.
I'm sure you could. You guys are setting up for an upbeat show, right? Just 150 BPM and up, right? That's how they're gonna play.
Oh jeez.
You'd be gasping for air. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they got a cool name too. That's cool, very cool.
Yeah.
Like it means something too to me. You know what I mean? Like it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hard to explain, but it makes
I know
sense.
What you mean.
Anybody else in town you guys are excited about?
Do you got
We love
anybody?
Hotel Fiction, our fellow
yeah.
Athens
Yeah.
duo.
Yes, they're very nice ladies, aren't
Out
they?
of My Head is such a good
Absolute
song.
banger, bro. The piano in that one is sweet. That's the one with the piano, right? Starts with piano.
They said that they recorded their piano in the music school.
Oh, yeah.
No.
They like use the grand pianos in the music school in the practice rooms,
Yeah,
which
I've
I
been
think
there.
is such a good move because
Slick.
like use the I guess music school, don't get me in trouble. I don't know if you're actually allowed to, but whatever.
Censored.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I think it's so good and they're so talented.
they really are. Great voices on both ends. I like the guitar. I like the piano. They seem to be doing really well with it too.
Yeah.
Really huge following. Really quickly. I saw them at Caledonia and I was pretty blown away. I was like, wow, these girls really got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's cool to see that. I hope to have them on one day. They're cool. They're nice
Yeah.
girls. Jessica's really cool. I don't really know Jade, I think's her name.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know her as well, but I know Jessica. Jessica's cool. So anybody else in town? Not to put you on the spot, or anything, but I don't know if you guys were looking forward to anything. Digging
You
deep.
know, it's been really hard to like gauge the scene this
Yeah.
year, especially.
Yeah.
Like I feel like just walking around campus as students, you kind of see like who's involved with what, and you get to see like posters of events, and
Yeah.
it's just so
So
much
this
harder
time.
to get to
You're not
know
kidding.
like
Yeah.
who's the new generation of musicians
Exactly,
that's like
yeah.
younger than us.
Yeah, who's the
and,
freshman coming
like
in?
who can we support? So
It's so
Yeah.
weird and
It's-
very unfortunate. You
it
know what I mean? Like
is.
I haven't even been to campus this semester. Really, I don't know about you guys, but or I just haven't had to go. You know, so
right.
it like you just when you're on campus, you just hear things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just you're like you see, like you say, you just see stuff. You're like, oh, maybe I should go check this out.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just shows everywhere. So
Yeah.
easy money, just go to Caledonia and see something.
Right.
And this year's just been depressing.
Yeah, but we really do want to do a lot of like collaboration
Yeah?
in the
Yes,
future. Like
yes.
Cool.
do some kind of like, I don't know, like monthly thing where we get together with a band, like or an artist, and we just see if we could, like, I don't know, like cover something together or like
even
add a
write
twist,
something.
like write something.
That's awesome. Yeah, I want to do that too. Collaborating is fun, isn't it?
It is so fun.
I think after this depressing year, I think that's what we need.
We're gonna
to, like,
need
connect
a lot more.
people.
I thought it was cool that you guys did your open mic night at the Botanical Garden. I thought that was cool.
Oh.
So I like it out there.
I think that was Mary Margaret's
Where were you
idea.
guys at in there? I've only been in there once, but what part of it were you in?
Over by the children's garden. There's like an event space.
There's that little stage thing, you know what I'm talking about? Near that?
It was right next to that in like a little courtyard. Mm-hmm.
Very cool, very cool. Cool idea. You got the nature vibes, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You nailed it.
vibes.
So let's see. What else, or what should we expect to hear from you guys? Like, are you guys dropping singles, or is it just going to be the EP? You know what I mean? Or are you going to single it out or do the whole thing at once?
Got the EP that's gonna come out all at once.
Yeah. In 2021, I assume?
Sooner.
Really?
Yeah, meant for the end of December.
Yeah,
Christmas drop.
There will not be any Santa baby.
No
on
Christmas
No.
theme music.
No
You guys can
jingle
pull off
bells.
those.
No jingle
Yeah.
bells.
Okay, and you said 3 songs. Well, yeah, that makes sense. And you wouldn't single anyhow if it was 3 songs. And what are they sounding like? Give me a little vibe check. What should I expect?
Well, it's our acoustic
Uh-huh.
showcase, I guess you could say.
Yeah?
'Cause I guess some of our songs are more like folk based, but some of them are more like rock based.
Pause right quick. Sorry, I should have already asked you this. What do you guys consider yourself? Because I thought about it and I wasn't sure.
You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Indie folk rock.
Yeah.
We used to be like, oh, we're indie folk, and then we were like, wait a minute.
There's rock in there too. You guys timed it together.
We're a rock band sometimes.
Sometimes if
I
we
can
get
see it.
hype enough.
I could see it. I definitely would have said indie folk. I definitely would have said that. Okay, so that's a solid answer.
You just need to wait for 2021.
Uh-oh.
That's when we'll let the
rock record.
the rock aspect of
Beat
it.
drop. Sorry.
Nothing but distortion and heavy drums and huge.
Oh
song.
my god. Maybe we're putting the
Yeah.
expectations a little too
Maybe.
high.
Soft rock,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Oh my gosh. That reminds me of like the Atlanta radio station I used to listen to growing up.
Aww.
What would they say?
It was like soft rock.
Yeah.
And soft pop. Yeah.
Today on today's station we have soft
What
rock
was it?
coming at you from 12
Was
a.m.
it
to 12 p.m.
B98.5. I don't remember.
We're just soft.
So continue on. Sorry, I cut you off again.
Oh no.
But I had to clear up what you guys were exactly.
Yeah.
So that the people know. You know what I'm saying? Now I know the people know indie folk rock. They said it together. So tell me, what else should we expect on the EP? The acoustic harmonies, of course. What else are you thinking?
Well, it's pretty stripped down.
Yeah, that's great.
We didn't really want to add too much instrumentation just so that we could.
Do it live?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
That's cool. Did you guys do it to a click? Did you play together? How did that work?
Kind of both. So for the instruments, we tended, like for 2 of the songs, we played the instruments together in the room, and then we put the vocals on later. But we do have one other song that everything was kind of separate. But that song has some strings on it.
Uh-oh.
So we're very excited about that.
I feel like I might have heard this. What's the kid's name? I think it's Grant. Is it Grant?
Yes.
You guys have a friend named Grant, right?
Grant.
I had a
Grant
class with him. I haven't
did
seen him
our
since class.
Recording.
Yeah, didn't he record it for a class? Like, didn't he use it in a class project, maybe?
Like
Yeah,
originally.
Originally.
I think so. 'cause
Like a year ago.
Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't seen him in forever.
So this has been a work in progress. His
Yeah.
name's Grant Allen. So,
That's it, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he approached us last fall because he wanted to record our music for a project for his production class.
I was in there too.
And yeah.
Shameless plug. All right, continue on.
Yeah, so that was after Nucci Space. And then we started working on When I Come Home, which is the name of that song. And he did a string arrangement for us.
Because he's a
and-
composition major.
Yeah.
So we were
okay,
like,
that's sweet.
you gotta write us a string arrangement.
Right. Yeah. And so then we went into the studio last fall and worked on that. And then for, I think it was a different project in another music business class of his, he also asked to record like a small EP for us last spring.
Sweet.
And
Okay.
then that kind of fell through just because of everything shutting down, and we all had to go and quarantine and stuff. So then we just kind of revamped things with a smaller plan of action.
Yeah, we were like, we're gonna get this done. Like, we're gonna get this music out in the world.
Yeah. So the original one was longer, I guess. 6 songs or something. Yeah.
We were planning on doing 5.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think you played it for me in class. The string arrangement is gnarly, isn't it? It's pretty fucking sweet, isn't it?
And so we got Will Ruff, Jordi Lara, and Hattie. How do you say your name?
Yeah.
Wiesbrook.
And they're on violins, cello, or something like that. You know
Violin,
cello,
viola, and cello.
That's it. That's the okay. I heard it. I was like, dude, these strings are fucking sweet, man. They really are. They're sick. Yeah.
We're very grateful, and like it's another, because they're all, they're music majors, so it's kind of like we want to bridge the gap that has split, that has just become, because like, okay, I swear, like, this is all I'm thinking about today. I was in a class this morning called Music in the Real World. Okay, it's kind of like getting you ready for, like, getting a career in music, right? And so we had a guest speaker named Cynthia Turner, who's the, she's the person in charge of the bands at the music school.
Okay.
She's director of bands, and she was just talking about how, like, we need to change the way we teach music in schools and to kids, because there's just this divide that occurs, and it's just not right. It's just not right.
Yeah.
I could talk about it forever.
Please keep explain what you mean. You need to teach it a different way. I don't get what you mean there.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
It's this sense of like classical music, right? And like you go to a music school or you go to a conservatory, and what you learn is the music of the past that isn't even what we listen to today on the majority. Like, obviously classical music is beautiful, but there's like inherent issues with it. Yeah,
like it doesn't register as much as like maybe something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's more like social issues with it, and just like class, and just like you need to bring it back to the real creative process.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to let it slip away when you're like, oh, I gotta rehearse for this concert, and then I have to rehearse for this next concert and this recital, and turn in this composition. It's like,
stressful.
and you're learning about stuff from a really long time ago, and it's hard to connect.
Yeah, you don't have any common ground with Mozart. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and so, but you can. It's just that it's difficult, and you need to really let people like study and learn what they want to study and learn. Like, if it's classical music, fine, but also when you're going into learning about classical music, there's things that you need to recognize, like inherent issues with it, and it's just like so interesting.
That's interesting. It really is,
and it's a big problem, and it can also feel like you can't start to even fix it. But she was saying, Cynthia Turner,
systematic.
Yeah.
It's too systematic, and she was saying that it really starts with like the individual person. But like, that's one great thing about the music school. We get to have these amazing guest speakers. She is at the Hugh Hodgson School of Music. Like, she's the director of bands there. So it's like there are some amazing people who are on the staff there.
Yeah.
It's just,
I believe it.
But
it seems like a fun environment there, kind of.
It's cool.
It is.
It's stressful, but it's cool.
But yeah, like knowing that everyone there is also in the stressful environment, it's just easy to have camaraderie.
You got common ground, and you sit. I used to go sit in the little, I don't know what room it is, but they teach music theory there. Like music theory for non-majors.
Yeah.
You know that building? I don't know which one it is, but
yeah,
I used to go sit in there, and like I'd hear everybody talking about music. I'm like, yeah, this is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. Like, I'm not talking, but like, this is cool. You guys are cool. Yeah. I see you all.
I love it.
Yeah,
That's
well,
cool.
that makes sense. And would you say that the School of Music is like that? Like, do you start with classical music, or is it kind of more, you know what I mean? Like, everybody kind of already knows their instrument, right?
Well, yeah. Everybody's really talented, and that's why they've like auditioned and made it in.
Yeah.
But like, everybody learns like the basics, but the basics are also the basics according to Mozart. Like, I don't know.
Cross buns.
Yeah, but it's
European
interesting.
Men.
What was that?
White European men.
Exactly. See, that's okay. That's what I'm
Why is
talking
that
about.
selected though? Like, of all things, like, I mean, I get that it's great and all. I actually like to listen to it sometimes. You know, I think it's cool when like guitar players do the whole classical thing, like rock classical stuff. And I just don't get why that's the standard. Do you? You know what I mean?
Like white European men deciding that it is.
Just how though? Like surely we could update it to like the Beatles or something. The Beatles and the Stones now, right? Something a little more close. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know, man. It's. I mean, the whole idea is that it's that they were regarded as geniuses.
Yeah.
And therefore better than everybody else. Everybody who wasn't a white guy. So, I mean. Yeah,
I get what you're saying. I know what you mean.
Yeah, and over years, but now these days, again, like people are mostly listening to not that. So what does that say?
I could see that. Yeah, I would definitely say it's not a top 10 pop and genre right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but of course, like it's something to appreciate and to learn from.
It has its moments. You know what I mean? It's obviously great. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess, but like, do you think we need to like kind of start over on like the elementary level in that aspect? Does that make sense? Like. Kind of like make it to where the classes are you play what you want to play.
Yeah.
Because like even when I have writing, I love to write and stuff, but like even when I have writing classes and they assign me stuff to write about, like I don't fucking care about it. I don't want to write about it. You know what I mean? If something I want to write about, it just writes itself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Same kind of thing with music. Like if it's a song I want to learn, it'll be easy. But if
Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I started playing music when I was young. I took piano lessons, and the piano books that I used were, of course, like nursery rhyme songs to begin with, but then they were, I guess, just really condensed arrangements of these classical compositions. And
simplified kind of thing.
Yeah, and I only knew about one of them, the Pachelbel Canon in D. And that's because I had heard it on like some compilation CD when I was in kindergarten, like listening while I was coloring. But yeah, like I didn't really connect with the music that I was learning, and I think one reason that I quit piano lessons after a while is just because I wanted to be more a part of a creative process and like just like express myself rather than learning. But who wants to learn when you can be creative? That's not what I mean to say. But I think like if you approached it from just incorporating so many different genres into an instrument, like into the pedagogy, I guess, for the instrument.
I could see that.
Then it could be more approachable to students. Although I'm not like a music education major or anything. I don't know.
Right. And like the moments that we are like playing our classical songs, like the times that you've played your classical music and I'm singing these classical songs, it's like there are moments where I really feel connected to it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But because it's music, obviously, but you kind of have to get past that mental block of like, oh, this is classical music. Like, it's hard to get past that.
It is.
I can see what you mean, yeah. Like, I don't understand why, like I took guitar lessons when I was a kid, and like, you go in, like, all right, you need this book and this book and this book, and they're like Mel Bay's, if you know what that is, like Mel Bay book. And it's like you're learning like Ode to Joy and like Fur Elise and stuff like that. It's like, why not just go in and be like, hey man, what song do you want to learn? Or like, like, hey, here's how you play notes. Like, here's how you play a chord. Let's teach you 3 chords, and you can learn your favorite song that you heard on the radio yesterday. You know what I mean?
I will say the guitar program that I had in my high school was more based on that kind of approach.
Oh, was it? That's awesome.
And I think that's why it is so popular, and now it has like 3 beginning classes.
Yeah, okay.
And it has an intermediate class and an advanced class.
Yeah.
That's so good.
So,
that is very cool.
Yeah. Brian Kennedy is the teacher, and he is amazing. He actually graduated from UGA with a composition degree.
And what school is this that you went to?
It's St. Pius in Atlanta. It's a Catholic high school.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So that was like really great because it draws a lot of people in. Yeah. You can learn popular songs on guitar, and then the teacher, Mr. Kennedy, he incorporates that classical technique and starts you on scales, and then you develop and learn more about the classical instrument as you go through the program. So that was like a really informative program for me. And
that's cool.
Yeah,
I feel like it combines worlds, right?
It's a best of both worlds kind of thing. I can see that. That's cool. Well, that was a good thought. That was a good train of thought we took there. We came to the conclusion that we could work on some more popular tunes, maybe get kids into it more. Because I kind of think that there's less bands and stuff than there used to be. This is my theory. Because like you like hear about your parents in like the 70s or whenever your parents were born, you know. But like they would like go to like a like somebody's house and they have a band, you know what I mean? Like all the time. Or you go to the VFW and there'd be a band, or there'd be a band at high schools and all that stuff. And like, it just seems like there's not as many anymore. Does that make sense?
Like, yeah, you're going to a house party, but maybe there's a band, but maybe there's just a
speaker.
Which is, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
It's just my theory. I don't know. You just just go ask your parents like what they saw. Like they just go to a party on Friday night. There'd be a band there every time. You know what I mean? They hire bands for all kind of sorts of stuff, and now it just seems like not as many.
Maybe it's not that there's not as many bands, but there's less inclination to go perform live, because I think I think David Barbie probably like. I think he gave like a speech to the music school one time, and he was talking about how back in the 70s that there were like maybe 13 like really big bands, and now there's more than you can count.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I guess
you've
that's
probably
true.
heard of
That's another side of the story. Yeah, that makes sense. I could see that. And yeah, at the same time, it's the easiest time to be a band. You know what I mean? Like putting music out and stuff wise, and the old cell phones. You know, you can get the old music out there to the world easier. I think that's cool.
I think there's just like a different definition of what defines a band, like because you can easily like get together and jam with people, and I mean maybe not now, but like
eventually
normal times. But yeah, it takes a lot of confidence and actual like drive to just go and put yourself out there and perform, or like invite yourself to perform at like a house party or something. I don't know.
How does one book a house party? Teach us.
I mean,
you guys got it down.
Just,
no.
It's just different.
You guys need to do you guys have you played Caledonia, Porch Fest, Nusi Space, anywhere else I'm missing?
Java. Okay, so WUOG had a little event called Java Jam, and it was at the Tate Center, but it was so fun. It was right before quarantine.
It's special because like some of our friends said that was like the last show that they saw before the quarantine started, and we were like, oh my gosh, us.
Well, that's cool. I think Elijah's done one of those too, hasn't he? Like the whole Tate Jam thing, maybe.
Probably.
But that is cool. You guys, I feel like you guys could really do well with the whole open mic thing. Like go to Atlanta and do an open mic. Don't you think you guys want to do that?
We probably could.
What's that place in Atlanta? What's it called?
Eddie's Attic.
Eddie's Attic. Yeah. Okay. That place is cool. Like John Mayer did that whole thing, like the open mics, and like you guys could just go to Augusta or Savannah and just do open mics and just hit a little ring of them. You know what I mean? And maybe a little tour. You know what I'm saying?
Well, thanks, Jameson.
I feel like you guys could do that. Just keep it in the old noggin. I'm just throwing ideas out here. Spitball.
Welcome them. I guess it's kind of like now in quarantine we're kind of zeroed in on like what we want to do, but it's hard to like branch out and just like considering, oh my gosh, are things going to go back to normal? Can we actually do all those cool things?
When? Yeah.
We can definitely hope and try and plan.
I'm thinking, I mean, from what I talked to, I had Drew Beskin on last week, who is the GM of the Georgia Theater. Very nice guy. I don't know if you guys know him, but you should. He's a nice guy. He was thinking that the theater is going to kind of, hopefully, if all goes according to plan, April was going to kind of start doing it, even if it's limited capacity and stuff. I was like, okay, well, that's cool. Hopefully, things will be sorted out by then, you know what I mean? Just kind of hoping that we can have it on the horizon at least.
If everybody is smart.
Hopefully so, yeah. Well, do you guys have anything else you'd like to talk about? Because we're 49 minutes in. I try to keep them under an hour now.
Well, thanks for anybody who is 49 minutes in.
If you're 49 minutes in, thank you so much for listening.
Indeed.
We appreciate you. Any closing thoughts from you guys? This is a wonderful time. I had a great time.
I mean, just thank you to you and for your efforts and connecting people, even in this time.
I'm humbled.
I'm grateful for the open mic, because I feel like otherwise maybe this would never have happened.
That's very true. It's very true. We might have never got here.
We love having shots.
Well, you guys, thank you for tuning in to the Jameson on the Rocks podcast. Today we had the Common Currents. A round of applause for them again. They were awesome. It was a great time. Thank you for listening. We'll see you on the next one.
Thanks.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
Let's have another drink and we'll. What a beautiful time to take over the world. What a beautiful time. She's all down on American girl. What a beautiful way to take the world by storm. too hard to hold. You're too hard to hold. You're too hard to hold. You're too hard to hold.